Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my kitchen, or welcome if you are new. I am Denise. Today is Saturday, and I'm going to be getting some things done in the kitchen again. I thought I'd bring you along. I like bringing you along with me when I'm doing things. Today I'm going to start out by making a pan of brownies. I need to preheat my oven to 325 degrees. And this is the best recipe I have found for homemade brownies. I'm going to start out with 5 tablespoons of melted butter. And I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups of sugar. Gonna give this a little mix. Now I need 2 eggs plus 1 egg yolk. Well, I thought this was an egg separator, and I thought it would work well, but maybe not so much. Okay, add that egg yolk. I'm going to save that egg white and give this a mix. Now I need a teaspoon of vanilla. One-third cup of oil. Three-quarters of a cup of cocoa powder. I'm just going to use my quarter cup 3 times. And give this all a mix. I got this recipe from Lisa over on Sutton's Days. I'll have the recipe linked for you below in the description box. She does have it on Pinterest. I've made this recipe once before, and oh my goodness, super delicious. Now I need a 1/2 cup of flour. A tablespoon of cornstarch. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to mix this. And now I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts and chocolate chunks. A little bit of both, because I don't want to choose between nuts or chocolate chunks. So I do a mixture of both. All right. Here I have an 8x8 baking dish lined with parchment paper that I sprayed with cooking spray. Dump this in. We're gonna spread this out into the pan. Get down in the corners. Okay, these are gonna bake in the 325-degree oven for 30 minutes. So as soon as this is preheated, they'll go in for 30 minutes and I will bring you back. Okay, I have a 1/2 loaf of bread here that's been sitting on the counter for too long. So I'm going to make French toast. I'm going to use this egg white that I didn't need for the brownies. And 5 eggs. Add a little splash of milk. Little splash of vanilla. And some cinnamon. Get my griddle heating up. And get this all whisked together. Smear some butter on this griddle. And I'm going to use the crust end too. I'm just going to get all these fried up, and then I'll bring you back for the next thing. Okay, I took the brownies out of the oven while I was finishing up with the French toast. Here's the brownies. I'm going to leave them sit in this pan until they have cooled completely. And here's my French toast that also has to cool completely. So now it's time to make my granola bars again. And I need 2 cups of quick cooking oats. and 1 cup of crispy rice cereal. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Sprinkle that right on top. And now to this bowl, I'm gonna put in 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. And a 1/2 cup of honey. Now I'm going to put this in the microwave for 20 seconds. Take it out and stir it. Put it back in for another 20 seconds. Stir it. And by then, it should be ready. All you want is it to be hot enough to easily mix these 2 ingredients together. So I'll bring you back in about 40 seconds. Okay, the peanut butter and honey mixture is warm enough to combine it easily. And now I need a teaspoon of vanilla. Stir this to combine it. Now we're going to pour it over the cereal mixture. And we're going to stir this to coat. I think I need a bigger spatula. I want to thank you for those who were concerned about Miss Sophie last Saturday. She must have just been camera shy because she's right back here in the kitchen with me. So thank you for those who expressed your concerns about her. She was doing just fine. Okay, now I'm going to add some shredded coconut, maybe a 1/4 cup to a 1/3 cup. And some mini chocolate chips, about a 1/3 cup to a 1/2 cup. And do whatever amount you want. And in here I have chopped almonds. And now we're going to coat all this. All right. Now I have my glass baking dish lined with parchment paper. And now we're just going to press these into the pan. Try to get them as even as you can. Down into the corners. These are such a good granola bar that I don't even bother looking for a different recipe. All right, now I'm going to get my fingers wet. And press them on in. Okay, these are going to go in the refrigerator for 2-3 hours or so until they firm up. And then I'll cut them into 12 bars and wrap each one of them bars in wax paper. And then they'll be in the fridge for when I need them for work. So I'm going to get this mess cleaned up and then bring you back for the next thing. Okay, now I'm going to chop up these 2 green peppers we got yesterday. They're not the best looking peppers. They didn't have a lot to choose from. So I'm just going to dice these up and I'm going to put them in the freezer. And I like to chop off the top and bottom. And then I can just run my knife around it and get all them seeds out nice and easily without too much of a mess. And then I'll even cut up the tops and bottoms. And then we'll go in the freezer too. And there you go. I'm going to chop up these 2 peppers. And then I'll see what's next on my agenda. All right, I'm going to get this done and then I'll bring you back. Okay, the green peppers are chopped and in the freezer. I just scrubbed this cantaloupe. Now I'm going to cut into it and get it cubed up. I'm hoping it's going to be a good one. Oh, it looks really good. Smells really good. And it tastes good. Little on the hard side yet, but at least it's sweet and juicy. All right, I'm just going to get all this cantaloupe taken care of, and then I'll bring you back for the next thing. Okay, now I'm going to put the French toast in a freezer bag and put it down in the freezer. So I separate them with my repurposed cereal bags. I just separate them with that. Just all it does is keep them from sticking together. All right, French toast going into the freezer for a future breakfast or a dinner after work. We'll see. Now for the brownies. These have pretty much cooled completely. These are a soft, fudgy, super yummy brownie. Oh, I'm going to cut these into single serving bars. Wrap them in saran wrap. I'm going to stick these in the freezer. And then I'm going to bring up some mini zucchini muffins that we have down there that need to get eaten up. Look how fudgy them are. Oh, they're so good. Probably the best brownie recipe I have seen. I'm just going to wrap all these up. Then on a night we want brownie, I'll just bring a couple of them up. And they don't take long to thaw out. Alright, I'm just going to get this done. I'll take these 2 items down into the freezer. And then I'll bring you back when I do our pork butt roast that we purchased the other day. Okay, I brought up one of the pork butt roasts. This is the one that is just under 9 pounds. So my plan is to cut it into thirds. There is a bone in here, so I don't know how well this is going to work. And I like to wrap my roast in aluminum foil just for an added layer of protection. And then put it in a Ziploc freezer bag. Might be able to fit 2 of them in there, we'll see. And here comes the bone. That wasn't too bad. I'll just leave the bone in this other chunk here. And just cook that with the bone in it. Now that other roast, I'm just going to take care of that off camera. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but only with that one, I'm going to see if I can cut it into quarters. And I may decide to can some of this, because having canned meat is awesome. It turns out so good. Flavorful, tender, super delicious. So if I decide to can it, I'll bring you along for that. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel and click that bell notification to get all notifications. I'd like to thank you for spending this time in the kitchen with me. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.